Hello.
Hello.
Let me mute your stream so that doesn't get weird. All right, there we go. Got it.
Sweet. All right. So everybody, if you guys don't know, this is CGB. See if I can
Hello, everybody.
shout you out here.
I can do the awkward self shout out.
Yeah, that sounds great. You're much faster. Beautiful. Look at that. Click that link, guys. CGB does a lot more standard than I do, so he's here to help me play some standard and just kind of talk through some things. Question: Are you playing on in the Rivals event?
I am not playing the Rivals event. I didn't register because I'm not sure if I'll be home. I'm
Gotcha.
either I'll get home the night before or that day, and I could try to get home the night before, but it's risky in the frozen tundra of Canada, where I'll be traveling.
Well, there is a very long wait list now, so maybe what you could have done is like registered and then just like the slot just goes to the next person on the wait list if you don't show. But
Well, I didn't know that, but still, even if I did make it back in time, I have no idea what to play.
same.
I don't know what the ban announcement's going to be, so it's very interesting.
All right, so for those of you guys who don't know what the heck we're talking about, on the 18th there is a new ban announcement for Standard. We don't know what it's going to be. And then on the 19th, there is a big Twitch Rivals tournament, which has like the biggest prize Rivals has done for Magic by a long shot. It's got the most entries by a long shot. It's 200 players that will all be, they're all streamers and competitor, either partners or affiliates, content creators of some sort, who will be battling in the new standard, whatever it is, which basically gives us like 12 hours to make some sort of deck. I'm going to start trying to prep for it early, even though we don't know what's going to get banned, just to make sure I have all my bases covered and I know the cards very well. $75,000 is on the line for the 200 players. It's very bottom heavy, so like I think if you're in the top 2/3, you make some money, like $100 or whatever. So I mean, still great, you know, the top end, but it's very cool because I probably won't be at the very high top end, so just competing will, you know, keep the stream lights on, which is nice. What do you think about the ban, CGB? I'd love to know.
I don't. I think they have to ban Oko. I really think they have to. I think that it's going to be hard to get people inspired to play Magic if they don't. There's a chance they'll ban Nissa instead because Nissa's the older of the two, but I think that they have to ban Oko. And because Veil of Summer got banned in Pioneer, I think that is an easy choice as well. I think that they'll probably ban Veil of Summer because they've already set the precedent that it's too good for a format bigger and more powerful than Standard, so they may as well do it.
That makes sense. I'm thinking like, so banning things in Pioneer that aren't banning things in Standard is kind of limbo-y. I don't really know what way to take that. The other thing is, Oko's a brand new card, so I feel like they'll do everything they can to not ban it. I am not saying it's not going to get banned, but just from like a business standpoint, I feel like if they can come up with any other way to potentially fix the format, that seems like the way that I would do it personally.
Yeah, from a business standpoint, if they do just take the part that they're not going to ban something from Eldraine, then they would probably ban, I would guess that they would ban Nissa. I would guess that they would ban Veil of Summer, and I think they'd also ban Paradise Druid in that space just to tone green down, just to turn it down a bit.
Oh, you think Wicked Wolf, Questing Beast, Nissa, Oko, Once Upon a Time, you think that's too strong?
It's a lot. It's a lot, without question. I played a mono green version for one of my channel's videos. So it had no Oko and no Hydroid Krasis, but it was basically the rest of the green cards, and it was still really good.
Yeah.
I 7-0'd easy.
So Richmond was 67% Okos, which was like the highest it's been, and then it was like 90+% green.
Yeah, it's messed up.
So
So when you're looking at that, I don't know what they could ban that would make everything else good enough. Is one of the things that I'm worried about. I think they'd have to ban like 5 or 6 cards to really make green even on a level playing field with, say, a white deck or a black deck or something like that.
Yeah, the weird thing too is that like the best things to fight the green is more green, right?
Yes.
Like the questing beast is the thing that you can hit their face and kill their druids, and like it's got the best abilities to like dig through the deck and find answers or whatever you need. So green is definitely a powerhouse for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be a challenge with this event because I expect it to be really, really green no matter what happens. I, with one day to prepare, there will be some streamers, some players are just going to grab what they like and hope it's good now. But I think anybody really trying to compete in the event is going to stick to green.
So I agree with this. So I'm hoping that the field is actually going to be a little bit on the low end. So it's 200 cap, right? Skill wise, I mean. So it's 200 cap. Everybody who was in Twitch Rivals originally got to pre-enter. So, you know, there's going to be all of your regulars, all of us Magic content creators that you guys see and know every day. But that, you know, is only going to fill up like, I don't know, 50, 60, 70 slots tops, which is a lot. And, you know, all various skill levels, but all knowing how to essentially tap your own mana. But then it was opened up to all partnered and affiliate streamers, and then you've got like the rival competitors that are just normal. I think you're gonna have a ton of unknowns that like dabble in Magic, maybe don't even play Magic, and are just able to get into this tournament and was able to register. And then it filled up so quickly that a lot of, you know, some of the people who, especially if you're not active on Twitter or know about it from the Rivals Discord, if you've never played, you're not in, they just didn't get on the bandwagon. I know there's a ton of Magic streamers who actually are not in, and I'm assuming some of those slots are filled up by people who don't play much Magic. So I'm excited about the tournament in that I'm hoping the field is a little soft. I mean, it's going to have also, it's like half of the people who are just the nuts, and then half of the people who I hope don't know what they're doing. So I don't know. I'm torn here. What do you think of that theory?
I think it's I think it's reasonable. I'm really curious what they'll play, right? In a new meta, there's not really an opportunity to net deck outside of just grabbing something with a few cards that were banned or no cards that were banned and just running with it. So, yeah, it's curious to see what those players who may not play a lot of Magic would grab. I'm guessing you might see a lot of adventure decks, if not the traditional Oko decks. Would be the one thing I'd wonder, because also they have to craft cards and like get their decks ready going into this. If they don't play much Magic, that might be weird.
Well,
anyway,
we actually, all participants get some gems, so that's going to help with that, isn't it? For the people
nice.
who aren't normal Magic content creators. So I actually just saw this right before the stream actually started. I was getting some info. So this is the registration page. I'm pulling it up on the stream now, and it does say. Here, all participants get 10,000 gems. So that's $50 worth of like stuff.
Wow, you're all winners. Unbelievable.
Yeah, and then it prizes down $100 all the way down to 128th.
Awesome.
Which is,
this will be a fun event.
Yeah, as long as you don't go like, you know, 1-5. If you're 2-4, I think you probably place in this situation, right? I think people will drop faster. Especially the pros, right? If any pro goes 0-2 or whatever, they're probably dropping and not sticking around for 6 rounds of online streaming nonsense.
I guess we'd see. There is money involved, so who knows? But, I mean, there's good incentive to stay, but we'll see. Some people get really unhappy when they lose. I know that feeling. You
see it in Fandom Legends. I've seen people like 0-2 drop, right? And 3-2s, which I have 0-2'd and then rattled off 3 and made it into top 8 before. So if I can do it, a pro certainly can. It's just most of the time they don't care that much.
Yeah. I like also what Nomad says in chat. And by the way, if you have theories in chat, I'm sure we'd enjoy
absolutely.
I think a question to answer is how to deal with artifacts like Oven, Clover, and Henge. Now that's if Oko gets banned, because Oko kind of holds artifacts down. And again, those are artifacts that work in green decks too. So it also plays into the green narrative. Oven is an interesting one. Have you played much with Cat Oven or the Sacrifice decks?
I've drafted it. I haven't fully played a Sacrifice deck, but it seems underwhelming. But I've also gotten my ass kicked by it a couple of times where I just couldn't manage. Questing Beast seems to be the key to beat that deck.
It is pretty strong against them. Have you played the one with Corvold, the dragon? The one that gets bigger every time you sacrifice and draws cards?
I have not. I don't even know what that card is.
It's a very electric card. It's a very good card.
What Is it? Let me see. Dex, how do you spell it?
Korvold, Korvold.
AOR.
Yeah. And you can't get him in a pack, so you probably don't have any. You have to craft him because he's from the Brawl decks. But he was the top performing sacrifice list at the Mythic. Ran 3 of them.
So wait, cards that are not in packs are legal in Standard?
Don't just roll with it.
What is this nonsense?
Weird going on at all. But yeah, if you're looking not collected, you can find him if you're interested. I had to craft a couple myself.
It's this thing.
Fun. Yes.
I have seen this. I don't remember where I saw it, but
he's a beast.
So is he just a 5/5 when he comes into play? Yeah. Yeah. Because the trigger will happen after he enters the battlefield.
But if you already have a cat oven on the field, you can immediately use it after he enters the battlefield, and immediately he gets another counter and draw a card, and then when you bring the cat back, another counter and another card. So he's already kind of a 7/7 at that point who drew 3 cards.
Yes, that seems insane. Joel wants to know what the date of the event is. So the ban takes place, I'm usually lunch-ish on the 18th, which is Monday. And then Rivals takes place, it says deck lists are due at 11, I believe. So this site actually doesn't tell me what time it starts.
Wow.
It says
it's Pacific time, I bet.
Oh, wait, this is all decks must be submitted by 11 a.m. Pacific, but it doesn't say when the tournament starts.
Didn't they usually start at 2 Pacific or 1? I don't know.
I'm not sure. It says elimination Swiss with 200 players, 6 rounds. Top 32 advance to day 2. Players are eliminated from competition if they accumulate 3 losses. So Swiss up till 3 losses, so similar to like the Magic setup or whatever.
Yeah, that's well, there you don't have to drop. You can play till 3 losses and then you don't play anymore. They don't let you play anymore.
But I imagine if you get your 3rd loss on like round 6, you probably still cash.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
The prize format down there said that it's up to 1/28. But it doesn't actually make sense to me because there was another thing. It says all day 2 players win prize money, but I mean there's a ton of non-day 2 players because it cuts to what, top 32? Yeah, top 32. So I mean there's 90 some odd people that are also cashing who don't day 2. Very interesting prize structure and way of phrasing that.
Yeah, very nice. The fact that there is a day 2 is pretty crazy too in the middle of the week.
Yes, so that is Tuesday and potentially Wednesday for the final top 32. So it should be really fun.
I'll definitely be home for that. Maybe I can do like kind of a watching or at least in my Discord a hangout. And
hopefully I'll be in it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So I made some of the Mythic Championship decks and I was just kind of dirtling around on the ladder, but it didn't go very well because they're all teched against like the Okos or whatever, and the ladder is actually a little bit more sporadic.
Mm-hmm.
But I made the Cuneo adventure deck. I made the Sultai and the just like straight Simic deck. I've been kind of playing around with those for a couple of hours. Are there any other decks that you can think of that we should be working with? And even if I don't intend to play it, I want to play them and learn them from this side of the table so that way I can better fight them, right? I think that's a good strategy for testing.
So 2 things. One would be one of the sacrifice decks. You'll probably come against it at some point. And I think you already have a handle on it. Obviously, if you have Questing Beast, you're in a pretty great position against them. So that's probably the most important thing, but it's worth knowing your matchup and what cards to bring in and things like that. I also have found Simic Flash is a lot more popular on Arena than it seems to be anywhere else. And yes. I have seen it in like fandom, and I've seen it in some of the other like streamer events like the Aether Hub, like tournaments and things like that. People play a lot more Simic Flash than they should.
And so that card's, it's kind of a house in best of one, because I wanted to get like a ton of reps in with these decks and not like worry about sideboarding, but just kind of like learn my own play order. And I just kept playing against Simic Flash, and I was like never got to resolve a spell. It's getting a little frustrated.
Yeah. So those are the two things I'd also keep in mind.
Steely has a good question. He's asking if it's relevant if when the ban announcement happens, if it doesn't take place on Arena right away, which is true. That is the way that works. And the ban announcements actually don't usually take into effect immediately on their own, regardless, even in paper. So the deal is the tournament is designed for, hey, look, it's a new meta. We're shaking things up. Let's have a tournament that puts the content creators under pressure in that they don't have a whole lot of time to prepare. That's kind of the whole theme of the tournament. So even if Arena will allow you to play with these cards, the tournament, when we register our decks and if we play a banned card that was announced, then we just automatically get disqualified, right? Like there's ways for them to track it. And if they ban Oko and my opponent plays an Oko, I can just call a imaginary judge and like that's the way that works,
Yep.
right?
And we're done here. Yeah. free wins.
There's always a chance too that, like, you know, I think a lot of the people that signed up are going to be non-normal Magic content creators. There's a chance they might just rip a list off somewhere and they're like, oh, this deck is, you know, I'm able to play it on the ladder, I'm able to play it wherever, and they might just like try to play it. I think it'll get caught if during registration maybe, but there's always a chance.
You hope so. But well, I guess we'll see. It's going to be interesting. Or it's going to be really interesting if they just grab a deck and then take out the broken band cards and just throw in something of a similar cost that they like and see if it's still any good.
I mean, that sounds like something like, you know, a newer player might do. It does say here, it says November 18 ban list applied. Auto DQ if you include cards in your deck. It also has a go to time, which is something you see in live tournaments, but never in Arena. It says, if no resolution can be reached after 5 additional turns, highest life total will win when it's Swiss. When it's single elim in day 2. During Swiss rounds, day 1, it will go 2 turns, and if you can't beat them within the 5 additional turns after 50 minutes, then it's a draw.
Wow. So otherwise, though, it's not on a timer because they have turns.
That's yes. So that's the way paper works, right?
Yeah. Nice.
So there's a lot more thought put into this than there has been, I think, in previous. Well, I guess that's not true. I think they've allotted a lot more time for this fandom. Twitch Rivals than they have previously, as far as like best of one and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, there's a certain amount you can do when all your players are streamers at a certain level that they're just not going to they're not going to be jackasses about things because they have audiences and there's a certain amount of expectation. When you open it up to the bigger audience, I guess you just need more rules and setup because you don't know who you're going to be dealing with the whole time.
The other thing I think is going to be really cool to see is, you know, how we talked about the field and how it's going to be previous MTGA Rivals competitors who got in through the Discord. I think Rivals is probably going to be handpicking people from other games as well because they really want to bring a lot of light to the $75,000 tournament. So I think that's another area where we might get some people who are underskilled, I think, too, which will be really cool.
So do you have any ideas about how you want to attack it or any matchups you want to try right now? Anything up your sleeve or burning format questions other than what's getting banned?
That's your job, coach.
Sure. I did so much responsibility then. Okay, let me ask you this. Has anything stood out as like a food deck of choice? Have you looked at the different, like the Bant and the green, blue, and the Sultai and the Sacrifice version?
So I played just the straight Simic version last night and I was doing really well with it. And then I tried to play the Sultai control version today from the Mythic Championship and I was getting wrecked.
Can I see that version really quick?
And then I went back to the just straight Simic one and continued getting wrecked. So today I've just been kind of not having a great Oko day. But this was one of the lists. This was, I believe, 4th place in the championship, something like that.
Yep.
So I like the list.
Go on.
I think the grasp is really cool when you can Oko their guy and then grasp it. So it's like never a dead card. And then it's just, you know, high rolling if you just snag their Oko with it or whatever.
Yeah, that list has definitely become public enemy #1. It had the highest win percentage in the week before at whatever. What was the last event? It was the MCQ, the Mythic Championship qualifier was before the Mythic Championship, like 1 week before. And this one had the highest win percentage. So it was the perceived best deck going into the event. So the lists coming out of that event are made with this in mind as probably the biggest target. And it still had a really good win percentage in the event. So
Yeah.
it's a good deck, but anybody playing ladder right now should have anybody trying right now should have an idea of how to beat it.
And then this was the other list I was playing with, which was the first place list, because I mean there was what was it? There was 3 straight Simics, 3 Sultais, and then 1 Adventures and 1 something else. So I just took the highest placing one of each, even though it's pretty like interchangeable. Joel, this is CGB. We can actually do another shout out here. My playtest partner for the Invitational, emote partner, stream buddy. I don't know.
It's good. The mass manipulation is like the key here to go like just to go over the top. Were the questing beasts there? Was that part of it?
No, there was.
Remember?
Oh yeah. I added the questing beasts, I think, and I took out the main board because I was just playing on the ladder. I'm pretty low rank right now. So there was
Aether Gust, I think.
Yes, it was 4 Aether Gusts, and I just took those out because there were just blanks a lot of the time.
Gotcha. Makes sense, especially for best of one.
Exactly.
I can tell you like questing beast. I've already mentioned it a few times. I love questing beast.
I mean, his ability says every time you read it, he gains a new ability.
Yes, amazing card.
It's literally what that card says.
Yeah, mass manipulation is the key thing here. Instead of Casualties of War, which was supposed to go over the top, but in the Mythic, you even saw like players who cast multiple Casualties of War still lost. Brad Nelson cast multiple Casualties of War against an Oko deck and still lost. But mass manipulation, stealing their stuff, it just kind of proved to be better, which is how Simic came back against Sultai to play more mass manipulation.
Yeah, because 1 for 3ing somebody is not the same as 1 for +2ing somebody, right? Because you spend 1 card, you take 3 cards away from them, but you gain 3 cards. So like the card swing is just way different. If you kill 3 cards with the 1, it's like +2. But if you steal 3 cards, it's like +4 or +5, right?
Yep. So where the format goes from there is if people are casting huge spells, you'd think that counter magic would be better, at least for game 1. So I'd almost look back at like Disdainful Stroke or Negate almost if you're trying to win a mirror. I don't know if that's what you're thinking, but I wouldn't be surprised to see some of that somewhere. Because if people are trying to resolve massive sorceries, you have to punish it.
Yeah, I would be really interested in seeing something, because anytime you shake up, I have a feeling that the format's going to get either not shooken up at all or completely obliterated. So I think if the, let's say once upon a time Oko ban, right? Like then the entire whole shell is just cracked. So I think when you do something like that, aggro is stronger while people are trying to find their bearings and find the correct ratio for everything in the control decks. I'm thinking some sort of like Rakdos Knights deck that I've been seeing a lot of people like talking about on Twitter.
Juicy.
Yeah, with like the Ember Cleave or whatever.
Do you have one right now?
I don't. So
pretty sure I can find one.
Something like that I would like to maybe get a couple of reps in with, just to have like a backup, because basically we're going to build like 30 decks.
Yeah.
And then the ban list is going to come out, and then we're going to spend like 6 hours just kind of like analyzing, right?
Yep. And you've got some time to work on that, while as I unfortunately am traveling, so I only really have right now. I found one for you.
Let's see it.
On Discord, you the link, or I'll put it in Twitch chat in case people want to check it out as well. Share with everybody.
I will.
That's from the MC. If you want to try that one, I can grab some foodie stuff if you're interested.
I will go ahead and just import this, so if you are watching, you guys can check it out there too. Oh, I hate when they... Oh, does it say sideboard? Does that fuck it up when you import? I don't even know.
It shouldn't. But the sideboard only has 8 cards because they didn't give away the quantities of cards in the sideboard, and Wizards amazingly never updated the deck list they posted with the quantities.
Interesting.
So, yeah, it's stupid. It's pretty bad.
So yeah, this looks like very similar to the list I was talking about.
Hella aggressive, super Ember Cleavy.
I think something like this, if like I said, if the Oko shell gets cracked, it'll take people a while to like get their bearings back, get the Teferis back in the correct ratio, all that kind of stuff. And aggro just tends to do much better in the beginning of a format.
So do you want to try some games against a villain, a Simic food, a Sultai food, something like that?
I actually can't sleeve this up. I don't have enough wild cards.
No.
I'm actually only one mythic short.
Oh, let me have a look.
So that's fine-ish. We'll run 3 Ember Cleaves.
Yeah, 4 is a bit all in.
So we're gonna replace one thing here.
I like the Frenzy, although it's way too slow against Simic. You could have another Noxious Grasp, I suppose.
That's not as good on the ladder right now, low ranking, right?
Probably not for ladder, no.
We would probably want another one. I think that would be a perfectly fine alternative right now if the tournament was tomorrow. What about another Rider? Like, those are just good against Okos.
Yeah, those are good against everything. There's also another Midnight Reaper. You could go off tribal and grab a Rotting Regisaur.
One of the lists I saw did indeed have like 2 Regisaurs on the top. So it was like poop out your hand and then just play a big fatty. Yeah, I like this. I'm just gonna put another Rider in to help kill Okos and nonsense. Let's get a pony sleeve going. Oh baby. You look Rakdos-y.
Ooh, evil pony.
I was gonna post this little powwow on YouTube, so if you guys are watching on there, feel free to chime in with what you guys think the format's gonna look like. I'd love your help. I want to hear from you guys. We have some winning to do. All right, time to battle you.
Here is my infos in your Twitch chat.
Okay, I will do the same. I know you didn't have too much time, so I figure we'll just play a couple games and...
All right, so I'm doing challenge match best of 3 coin flip.
I don't know what I clicked. It'll tell me if it's wrong. Firefighter, first time Twitch Prime. Thank you, love. Would you like one of these inspiring veteran codes, my dear?
Big upgrades telling you when the challenge mode is mismatched, whereas we used to just stare at each other and wonder what's wrong. Oh, is there a friends list coming on the 21st? Because last time they said that was coming in October, so I'm not buying it till I see it.
Yeah, they haven't prioritized friends list very highly, that's for sure.
Will you be my friend?
Will
you be on my friends list?
If I have to.
Oh my gosh. I get the Mtgnerdgirl on my friends list.
I mean, you are my testing partner. I kind of need you, so sure.
Right.
Do you have my monitor open as well?
I do. If you want to talk about it, I can hide it if you like.
No, I'm just gonna screen share with you.
I can see your Twitch. It's just a little delayed.
Yeah. Oh, you have a screen share now. I mean, this is lands and spells.
Yeah, I don't think you can. I would not mulligan that, especially for my first game. I would play it for sure. Yeah,
it looks pretty solid. If I was on the play, I'd feel a lot more confident, but I don't know. I'll know what you're playing when you slam down a card. Okay, so this is pretty Sultai-y.
It ain't Esper.
Yeah, the Sultai is pretty much the only one running that land. I don't know if I think I want to play this.
Yeah, I think you need...
I think I just want to curve out.
Yep, by default, I would not look for value out of Falmir Knight unless you have nothing else to do with mana.
Firefighter. I know you might not have seen it, but you do get one of these sweet codes if you would like it. Ooh, it's actually a little tough. So I'm thinking about holding on to the Paragon and playing the Legion. I doubt it. The Sultai doesn't usually have the questing beast, but the Paragon's like one of the only answers I have for it.
So the next play that you're most likely to see, I think, and the one that you have to think about the most is probably Wicked Wolf, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So
Wicked Wolf is in both.
Yeah, you can just keep more options and kind of make Wicked Wolf more awkward with the Paragon.
So we probably just play Mountain Pass?
I think so.
Okay, and then if you tap, also if you tap your mana, then we can Crusher your Paradise Druid?
That is true.
Because you're not going to have too many targets for that.
They say my mic volume might be a little bit low.
I will see about turning you up a little bit. All right. Also, I think just... maybe killing the Krasis? What do you think?
So this one's interesting. The Krasis is a pain. Paradise Druid is probably the biggest threat to you because it can lead to Nissa.
I don't think that the Krasis is that big of a deal because everything I'm going to play is going to kill it anyway.
Yeah. The best they can hope for is a trade, and the better things that you play that are just awkward for Wicked Wolf and that can attack through the Krasis, the better. And that's where Oathsworn Knight is a shiny boy.
Yeah, he's coming down for sure. Black Knight, Holy Grail card.
Do you have some quotes up your sleeve?
Come back here, I'll bite your kneecaps off.
Doing well. Yep. Trying to think of what has haste in that deck.
In this deck? Just the Hasty Knight, right? The rare? I didn't even really look at the fucking list when you gave it to me, to be honest.
I'm trying to think of, like, if I'm holding back the Krasis, what is the Krasis doing?
Not much.
Not much is probably the answer.
Maybe the 1/1 Hasty Knight. That's about it.
Trading with a Falmir Knight sounds really bad.
I agree. That doesn't sound ideal. So I think we send Bone Crusher Legion?
I might regret this if you have an Embercleave, but if I'm taking out the best thing, it might be a minute before I get Embercleaved. But that's one of those where I wait till the last moment to see if you're the new streamer on the block, just slam your Embercleave, hoping nothing bad happens.
So I like casting this now.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna wait for the. I don't think I should play the Crusher because then it makes your Wicked Wolf very awkward. You don't have a food on board, so just a pump
I don't have a food.
Stops it.
Yeah, so
if you manage to play like a food, like a land into like whatchamacallit, bird, bastard, whatever. Goose, that's the word I'm looking for. If you go land, goose, fight your guy, then I can Black Lance it.
Right. And based on last turn, you know that there's a lot of things I don't have. I would have played a Paradise Druid. I would have played a Goose. I would have played I might have played another Krasis. I would have played an Oko. So if I have none of those things, there isn't much left to think about. Wicked Wolf, Casualties of War, Nissa, and Noxious Grasp are probably the things to think about. So it's interesting.
You're still a land away from Casualties of War, right?
Right.
The Nerd Poet, would you like one of these sweet, inspiring veteran alternate arts?
All right. I think I just have to do super awkward times.
Let me see it.
It's not as big as I would hope. This is all going very wrong. No jokes.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
So now you can probably rule out Nissa and anything that has anything to do with food.
Yeah, I have a grass, but I think it's not worth it. Unless you try to double block here, then that's kind of cute. So for those of you guys just kind of checking this out for the first time, this is how we play tested for the Invitational as well. So we would like talk through like what I have and kind of come up with why I would play certain ways around things. And then CGB would never tell me what he has in his hand, but we could speculate on what he could potentially have and how, based on what I have, we can kind of, you know, make that happen. So all in all, fun times. This knight here, Valmire Knight, putting in the work.
Sure is. Annoying. Wow. Have a goose.
All right, all right. That does make your Wicked Wolf more scary. Oh man, my hand did just get better though.
And at this point, based on all the awkwardness that you've seen, you're probably looking at my hand as being Casualties, Wolf, or Noxious Grasp, some combination like that. Just about everything else in the hand is probably ruled out.
Yeah, Noxious Grasp is not very good against me unless you hit the Oko. This did leave my mana base a little tricky. Actually, maybe pumping was not the correct play.
You didn't pump for one more, which makes me wonder what's going on.
Well, so I do have things, that is true. Ooh, you cracked your food. That's interesting. I mean, you can make more for sure, but
yeah. At this point, from this side, like these kind of plays should be pretty intentional stalling, like trying to draw out of what's probably a pretty ugly hand.
Yeah. It does actually seem like your Krasis is racing me pretty well.
Yeah, I'm trying to get you under pressure. And I guess and when you see this, you just know I'm sitting on these. Because I don't have any targets for it without an Oko. And I'm firing one off to use on my Krasis. Just to gain a life.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting play, for sure.
So normally I'd probably be holding that Noxious Grasp in case I draw Oko, right? Because I want to Elk your Knight, then kill it. So
that's
what
does
it tell
assume.
you that I'm willing to use it there?
That you don't have an Oko?
Definitely that I don't have an Oko. I would also keep in mind, I probably am holding at least one other Noxious Grasp as well.
Yeah. That's actually why I used it, because I'm also running one.
Just Noxious smashing. Ooh. Sadness. No. It's so much damage. Make
the beats. The beats.
All right, what are we looking at here? 6, 12.
We're looking
13.
at you should eat your food.
Yeah, I should probably eat my food. I don't have to stay alive, but it's not the worst idea right now.
True.
Ooh.
I probably would have anyway, just in case you like do decide to draw something decent and you don't want to like die to like upkeep Bone Crusher or something in response. Like you definitely want to eat it on your turn to make sure you don't stay at 2. Unless you plan on making a food and then holding open doubly foods. That was pretty good.
Maybe you saw it coming, but yeah, you never gave me good targets until that moment. So maybe you already knew that was coming. This card is annoying, and maybe I'm supposed to block it at some point. Oh no, not double Rimrock. Don't dubs rim me. No.
That would have been pretty great.
I am definitely in danger of a Bone Crusher Giant, or the Stomp Adventure mode.
I
at
don't
least.
think I hold open the Grasp. I mean, a wolf would suck. But getting an additional 2 lethal targets. Oh, you have the stupid gooses. I feel like
Let's
this deck
shake
might
the
be pretty
world.
decent if, like I said, if the Oko base gets cracked enough, I think this will be pretty good. It'll catch some people off guard. Oops, dropping shit.
I'm not finished with you yet, though.
All right, that's fine. I'm down to battle. I'm at 10, which is not good. So I'm thinking, you know, we kind of came to that conclusion that you had the other Noxious Grasp.
Yeah. If you've got me on that, then you know my last card, or you can play for that last card if it matters in making the next decision, whatever that might be.
Green or white creature. So if I have another Grasp, I could kill your land, force you to double chump the geese, but then you can make another one.
Is the land green?
Oh, it's not. You're right. It's not a green creature. For some reason, I was thinking it made it into a green creature. So I guess we're just killing Nissa then.
It's a good choice. Pretty solid.
Oftentimes when you turn things into things, right? Like the elk tokens when you eat your food or whatever.
I made a mistake. I should have used my Overgrown Tomb to make a food right there. Might make a difference.
Yes. So let's...
It's fine. Let's see. I guess if we're trading, we want to trade something along these lines.
You definitely don't want to ever have to target the Bone Crusher, right? With like
yeah,
casualties of war.
I'm avoiding that to the best of my ability. And I think I'm still taking the Foulmere Knight. What could kill me from this? Just about anything. I can't afford to play around stuff right now, and I need a goose just to chump block again next turn if I draw a brick.
And you make
keep the
and make a
going.
second food next turn as well.
Yeah. Should have made another food this time if I was smart.
Yeah, you were short 1 food.
I forgot somehow that dead Nissa meant less mana. Silly me.
This fucking thing also gives lifelink. I should have given my Bone Crusher lifelink just to be safe. It also put, like, you know, not too worried about it, but the reason I didn't just cast it is because I was thinking that, like, it would catch you unaware as another lethal target that I could flash in.
It's actually pretty gross.
Oh, it only gives lifelink and death touch to knights, and this is not a knight. Okay. Okay, well, we still could have given it to this for no reason, but... Can you sack the food, though?
Not really. So what I have to do, and I think it's going to leave me... Yeah, I could have the 3 life. There's another thing I could do to keep my wolf that might just be bad. But I'm going to do something silly. Eat my food. And I think it's going to get me killed because I think you have a Paragon.
Yes.
Yeah, but I think that the highest upside play I had was to
if I have 2 blanks in my hand, then you kill my guy, you can chump with the goose and make a food, and then you have a blocker.
And I'm doing that to gain 1 life, actually, so I could take the hit from the Foulmere Knight and keep my wolf.
That is cute.
Yeah, that's all I got.
But you're still not dead.
That is true. Not yet.
That was a good play. Gaining the 1 life off the grasp has put in some work. I don't actually know if I should hold this.
Hold what? I'm scared now.
A land. It's the grounds. Tournament grounds.
You got me there.
I don't think there's anything in your deck that makes me discard. Can you not top deck a second Nissa?
I think I just have to. I don't think that I have a choice in the matter.
I don't think it matters because I have another Paragon, but...
No! You said it was a land.
I have 2 cards in hand.
So as long as you don't accidentally block here, we're good. All right, you got it. Game 1.
Well, I could have given the Paragon himself lifelink death touch, killed your land, right? And then
it would have been a trade. Yeah, was still, yeah, you'd still win.
All right, what is good against you? I want to be as quick as possible.
So I don't know. For your consideration,
I think we're definitely putting in the second grasp because they came in pretty handy. The third grasp, I mean.
My grasps are certainly coming out, and I'm taking out Casualties of War because it's just really expensive, and I can't really afford really expensive stuff. But I'm definitely bringing in Brontodon's, Massacre Girl, and Legion's End. So those are some cards to keep in mind if you're sideboarding and that affects your decision somehow.
I'm gonna bring in Grasp, take out. I'm guessing the Champion doesn't do very much. Also the Legion, the Ebon Legion Knight or whatever, feels like he's very weak to Wicked Wolf. Put in also maybe a Duress? Non-creature, non-land.
It's like Veil of Summer. You do have black removal spells. I don't know if I have time for Veil of Summer in this matchup. Just thinking.
This is definitely an interesting deck.
Just gonna try a couple.
Too late, Alpha. I listened to you.
Oops.
So for anybody just coming in, welcome. We are doing a short little, like, I don't know, hour-long co-op, just kind of chatting about the upcoming tournament for Twitch Rivals and checking out some a new deck, and you know, kind of just chatting about how it may or may not be good when we get the bans on Monday. Ew, this is a bad hand.
You're gonna need a good one. I'll give you that.
Oh no, don't say that. I'm screwed.
I'm going to snap into the microphone to let you know it's a snap keep.
Can you not do that? That'd be great. Oh no, don't kill me, Oko. Once upon a time, into Goose,
Honk,
into
honk.
Thing. Rude.
Honk honk.
Show me the Oko.
I can do that.
Rude.
Fair and balanced magic, am I right?
Rude.
Got this. Well, if you have the Noxious Grasp.
I do not. I go after the Oko?
Massacre is a go-to right now, Jay Rizzled, for the Cry kills your own Goose, kills your own Paradise Druid, so it's not... I don't know of any decks right now running Cry of the Canarium in anything.
I think if I could trigger the counter on the Knight, I would probably go for your face, but you cannot. I don't know. I don't know if that's right.
It's hard to know what to do against Oko. Most of what I've seen players at the pro level do against the Oko is throw absolutely everything at it until it's dead.
I did that a bunch in my matches at Richmond as well.
This is gonna feel pretty bad.
Okay, so game 3?
Yeah. That is something to watch for from the sideboard.
Rude.
I don't know how you play around it there. I doubt you do.
So rude.
It might be a reason to trim if you're looking for a way to trim with your sideboarded cards, to trim like any 4-ofs. So Jay Rizzo, Cry is good against Cat Oven, kind of, in that it gets rid of the cats, but it doesn't deal with the oven. And the oven is usually something they build most of their deck around. So I think if you're going to attack the Cat Oven, even in the mono black form, you've got to find a way to attack the oven itself. Spyglass, Karn.
Not a fan of mulliganing both games.
Yeah, I'm going to keep this one again. It's not as good as the last one.
That's good. Appreciate that.
Ooh, hello. Where's this card been?
I actually sided 2 of them out. I feel like he just dies to Wolf and just doesn't do much.
Reasonable.
He'll always get blocked by the goose, right?
Well, not unless you have another one. If you have another one, it's pretty amazing, actually.
Yeah, if you have 2, but...
Plus, I can't really block it if you have open mana. I risk getting Rimrock Knighted. So I do have to at least look and see whether or not that matters, and I don't think it's worth blocking. The goose is pretty good. I mean, have you noticed this card just gains you 3 life a turn when you have nothing else to do? That's ridiculous for a mana dork. Ooh, you did have it.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Made me grumpy.
You were trying to cook my goose. Don't appreciate it.
I might have been trying to cook your goose. That is correct.
Do you have another? And can I afford to play around it? I think I can. But if another turn goes by, I'm probably going to have to start blocking. Ooh, hello. What a juicy creature you have there.
Is he about to be deaded?
I don't think so.
That's good.
I think I need some elks for self-defense.
Can you not have elks?
I have to have elks. I must have some elks.
Rude.
There's no other way. Ranger says I don't think elks are enough. Ooh. I hope they are. I need them to be. I'm taking quite the beating here. Okay. Trying to think of what the heck I have to do here. Embercleave is just game over. I can't play around that.
Scoop him up, Buttercup.
And you're attacking my face, which means Oko is not even on the radar of important things right now, which is a problem. I really do. I think I need more elk next turn, which is super awkward.
You have a fever?
That means I have to have the mana around for it. So I think, do I do this?
You definitely have a fever.
And the only prescription.
It's more Embercleave. I don't think you could not be dead to Embercleave, right?
I think you're right. I think you're right. No! Make the bad man stop.
Says the Oko man.
Yep, that's good. A Veil of Summer. That'll show you.
If you chump the goose there, you go to 1.
Yeah, but then I have like 1 elk, 1 life. I'm facing an Embercleave. What could I draw? I guess I could have drawn a Brontodon, but I can't even play the land in my hand because it's a shock land.
So I wouldn't have done it either, because before we started this game, I only have 3 of them.
Yeah, it's one of those where I think that you beat me no matter what, because you can either decimate my board or you can decimate my life total. So it's kind of rough. But yeah, you got victory bits, so
Heck yeah.
I'll take that. I'll take
Thanks,
that
Nerd Poet.
Victory bits.
So what did you think?
I thought the deck was pretty cool. I don't know that it's going to be, super competitive in the current meta, but something like this could definitely catch people off guard when things get shook up a bunch. So I don't know. What do you think? What do you think of it?
I think it suits. I think it's probably one of the best aggressive decks you can have, and I don't think it's as reliant on mana as the sacrifice deck. Also, not nearly as annoying to play as the sacrifice deck. It seems like the mana's okay. So yeah, it depends how much you like it. Do you want to try it against like Simic, or do you want to try it against a sacrifice deck? Something else that you might run into?
Do you have time for another game?
I think so. What time did we start? It wasn't that long ago. I can do another match.
It's been an hour and 20.
Okay.
Let's play a best of 1.
Ooh, a best of 1. What would you like to battle?
Whatever you think is whatever, it doesn't matter.
All right. Cool.
Just I don't want to keep you longer than your allotted time. I know you got busy other content creation stuff to do. So we'll just play one more match. We'll end the video, and then we'll let CGB roam free.
Okay. I'm going to play the deck I like then.
Sounds great.
Nope. Apparently I forgot to pick best of 1. My bad.
Bad CGB. Bad.
Yeah, I know. Just wasting my own time at this point. And that of your lovely audience, which I never want to disappoint.
Oh yeah, if you guys are watching this on YouTube, you guys should check out the link down below. I'll link you guys to CGB's content.
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel myself.
This
Go check it out.
can seem questionable. 2-drop,
Yeah.
3-drop, 2-land. It doesn't seem aggressive enough for my deck.
I had to mulligan mine.
We're gonna mull.
Oof. You. Well, my deck is being an unruly kitty and does not want to behave.
We're definitely keeping. That card's the slower one of the two. I was gonna get rid of the Rimrock Knight for those of you guys watching, but I think I want to be more aggressive.
Hexproof. Waha.
Is indeed hexed and proof.
It's weird how Knight of the Ebon Legion is a better black. It's like a 1-drop, but it's better than all the black 2-drops.
I'm tempted. I'm gonna pass. I don't know if the Gruul deck is running.
You have a Noxious Grasp, don't you?
I might.
Uh-huh. All right. Well, I'll make a play that I think is at least decent against that.
Okay, that is not what I was expecting you to play.
Haha.
So we're gonna do this.
Oh, well. That is one of the cool things with Noxious Grasp is you can always also just hold up this 3/1 flash beat machine.
Yes.
It's not the worst. Hmm. I just want to draw some cards.
Yeah. Do I want to make... I'm... Now that I know you're running the black land, I'm... Black, red, green. I'm deciding whether or not I'll play around Wicked Wolf, but...
Who would play a food deck in those 3 colors? What maniac? Ooh.
I think we're just gonna do this.
I like that because you're still going to get a counter on your neck.
Because of the trigger off the Reaper.
Yep.
If it wasn't for the trigger on the Reaper, I'm still doing that, I think.
I think so. Honk.
It is indeed a honk.
Meow.
Oh no!
Welcome to my petting zoo. Hey, yeah.
Oops. I think I do.
No.
Want to
stop having like this really
kill
good flash
that. I don't like you drawing stuff.
I really do like me drawing stuff.
Well, that makes one of us.
It's actually really hard to know what to play around. Your deck has a lot of tricks.
Agreed. What kind of scary removal do you have?
All right, hit me.
I'm gonna hit you.
Ow.
I don't know, like, because at a certain... Damn it!
Yes.
I knew it was coming. I figured you didn't have one this whole time, so I thought I had time. My hand, after I used the 2 flashy things, my ability to do 2 different plays depending on what you did changed. I do have a Noxious Grasp in my hand, but you haven't done it yet, so I figured I was safe at this point.
Well, make sure you use it before I get to untap and make more food with the goose.
You think I should use it on the goose?
No, you should use it on the wolf before the goose can make food.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Well, I think I will just do this.
No. No. I need that.
And then I think I go like this. Now, I hope if you play something else that makes food, then I get fucked. But yeah. I think this is okay as well, especially if you don't have a food thing, which I think you would have played it before. I don't think you had more than one. Otherwise, you would have played the goose much earlier. So I think you were like on top deck food mode.
Yes, absolutely. Well deduced.
That's not bad. Here.
Kill mine and draw your own. So rude.
Here. And we gotta send and potentially draw.
Oh, man.
You're in a sticky situation. Like, the devil's pretty good. The cat, you'd have to find a food generator.
Yep. That's what I'm hoping for here. There's a lot of draws in my deck that get me out of it. So
second cat is just basically a time walk.
That's the idea. Go, kitty. Be a good kitty.
Bad kitty. Oh, you're gonna sack this land, I see.
Yeah, you got me. But that is pretty good read on holding back the Rimrock Knight as long as you did. I don't know if you had an opportunity to play it, but obviously, like Mayhem Devil passage is good against Rimrock Knight.
Mm-hmm.
Honk honk.
Damn it!
The goose is so loose. I guess
That's
if
so
you
good.
untap, I'm trying to think of what pump spells you might have, but I think I just do this now. I attack first because I can bring back the Cauldron Familiar at instant speed and kill this knight. I guess I may as well wait. There is some risk though. If you get into combat, you can play an Embercleave. I'm just going to do it now. Maybe that's wrong. I can't think of a reason not to though.
I could probably play the Embercleave anyway, right?
Right. But with more cost reduction. Mana efficiency. Furvy Champ.
This isn't very good. It's slipping away, guys. It's slipping away.
On.
It doesn't have... God, the goose can make the fucking foods to get the cats back. Motherfucker.
Oh no, the top of the deck is so mean.
No! Oh!
Not like this. All right, so this comes into play. Sacrifice this, sacrifice that, sacrifice that. That's 3 damage. This says when it's targeted by a spell, not an effect. So yeah, again, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to wait to do this, but I feel like I just should not give you a chance to top deck a removal spell of some kind.
I think as long as you have Oven untapped, there's no reason not to. I think that's the key piece in doing it preemptively. You can't protect it, then...
Yeah, you might be right.
This is pretty good. Yeah, now you want to do it. Now it's okay because you're killing the Bone Crusher Giant. Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah, if I were going after the champion. But I think I need to go for the high reward, Bone Crushing.
Oh, I just keep drawing fucking lands. Oh, you got there.
I only had to draw the nuts to do it. Do you want one more? I can do one more.
No, that's fine. I think
okay.
I think my last 4 draws were all lands, so...
And mine were the exact combo the deck needed.
Oh, sadness. CGB's crushing me, guys.
I don't know. You won the best 2 out of 3. Some would argue that makes you the superior magician.
I did play that deck for a donation deck last month during our charity stuff, when we were doing like the charity donation thingies, and that was really fun. Are you running?
Which deck is that?
The one you're playing, like the
Jund one?
Yeah, I don't know if it was Jund. Yeah, no, it was. It might have just been red black. I honestly don't remember who, because someone submitted the deck, right? And I play a standard event or whatever with it. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. All right, so CGB, you want to plug yourself before you take off? Anything you want people to know about? Any streams or events or whatever?
I'm Covert Go Blue. You can call me CGB. You can find me on YouTube, where we're pushing for 40,000 subscribers. I'm about a few hundred short. No, less than that. It's getting really close. So you can join me over there and hopefully join the many. We play a different deck every day, always constructed formats, always MTG Arena. And so you can see a wide variety of gameplay and find the perfect deck or strategy for you. You can also find me on Twitch as Covert Go Blue, on Twitter, Covert Go Blue. You can join my free Discord, all the usual stuff. And yeah, thanks for having me on.
Okay, thank you so much for hanging out and chatting about the format with me. You're taking off for like the rest of the week, right?
Right, but if you want to shoot me some Discord messages, I'll check those every day if you want to talk the format. And if I don't get to speak to you, if you don't hear my voice again before you play, I, of course, wish you the best of luck.
Thank you. And I will see you soon.
All right, see ya.
All right, bye. All right, YouTube, thank you so much for watching the video. If you have any questions or input about the format or the tournament, put them in the comments below. And thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys so much for checking out my video. Please check the link down below for our sponsor, Card Kingdom. They help me out with making so much of this content. Also, a big thank you to everyone who has signed up for my Patreon. Without you, none of this content would be possible.